Hello everyone, Deanna here. Today I'm going to give you a total of 4 full body stretches. Very small stretches, but very effective, tackling multiple muscle groups, major and minor. So the 4 movements that I will take us through are the Bretzel 2.0, world's greatest stretch, and my favorite giant yoga ball stretch. Let's get right to it. We'll start with something really light just to get the blood flowing so we're not stretching while we're cold. So let's go ahead and go into just a forward lunge with the right leg in front. We'll just go 5 reps. Down and back up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and switch it out. Left leg in front, same thing, 5 reps, going down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Going for 5 body weight squats now. Hands are on the hips, feet are about hip shoulder width apart, toes pointed outward. Drop 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 1, 2, back up, down 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 1, 2, up, 3 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 1, 2, up, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 1, 2, up, 1 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, holding 1, 2, and up. Let's go arm circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch it out. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch your feet a little bit. We'll go diagonal reach. 1, switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we'll go down at an angle, make sure you're turning the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll go high knees, just walking it out. 6 reps, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To butt kicks, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Roll out those ankles. Hopefully we're a little warm by now. Nothing too crazy. Let's start with world's greatest stretch. So we'll go, I'll turn to the side again. Let's go into a knee hug first. Pulling that knee up, roll out the ankle, into a forward lunge. If you need to get that back knee on the ground, that's fine. Or if you want to hover, that's also fine. Let's take those hands down to the ground. And go ahead and use that elbow to push out on your knee. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Slow on the exhale. And 1 more. Let's drop a little bit lower. If you can get that elbow down to the ground, let's go for it. Or as close to the ground as you can get it. Same thing, 3 deep breaths. If you need to take longer breaths, go for it. And 1 more. Let's add that rotation, so back up onto your hand. We'll rotate up. 3 deep breaths, slow and controlled. Deep inhale, fill the belly, long exhale, and 1 more deep breath. Go ahead and come back to center. Sit your butt back to your heel. That front heel comes up. Try to keep your low back nice and flat. We're not rounding the spine to get low. Just go ahead and hinge forward. So kind of like that RDL motion, we're hinging. You should feel a stretch in the hamstring there. Deep breath. 2, and 3. If you want to go back into that stretch again, do that same thing, taking more deep breaths if you need to. But for purposes of this video, I will move on to the Bretzel. So down on my back for the Bretzel stretch again. I'm gonna take that right knee, bend 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Rotate over very gently, feeling the stretch in the low back. Taking that left arm, grabbing the back of that right thigh, bending my left knee and using my right hand to grab at that ankle. Again, trying to pull that heel as close to my butt as I can get it. That's gonna stretch out the quad of that left leg. I will hang here. If you need a greater stretch, you can slowly start to turn your shoulders towards the direction of laying on your back again. If you're feeling very tight, just hang out where you can. If you're struggling to breathe, you can't get a full inhale, full exhale, reduce your rotation a little bit, allow yourself to breathe. Do that contraction piece again if you need to. So driving that knee away, driving that ankle away, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, pull again. You should feel a greater stretch, rotating those shoulders. And again, holding that for about 5 to 10 deep breaths. That takes care of the Bretzel, and moving on to the Bretzel 2.0, which is more of a posterior chain stretch. So we will start, again, I will face away from the camera to my right side, and I will start with my knees bent and in front of me, kind of like your hip 90-90 stretch. You're gonna drop both knees at 90 degrees, and I'm gonna turn my torso to my right. What I'm gonna do is I want the top of my thigh to not be at an angle, but I want it to be parallel to the wall or the phone or the device that you're looking at. So you want that to be parallel. You should be looking right at your device. Chest and face at the device. Your knees should be pointing 90 degrees away from that. Your hands should be placed about a foot, maybe 1.5 feet away from your torso. And if this position is already a struggle for you, just hang out here and try to get your torso facing the wall. You'll feel the stretch going down the spine. Remember to get your long, slow, deep breaths, about 3, 5, 8, or 10 deep breaths in this position, depending on the tension you're experiencing. I'm gonna take my left hand, place that just the fingertips underneath my right hand. I'm not putting any weight on this hand. This is just a placeholder. My right arm is gonna stay, my elbow is gonna stay nice and straight. I'm not gonna allow it to bend, but I'm gonna slowly and gently lean over to my left. Same thing, keeping that elbow locked straight. You don't wanna bend it. Low back should not be rounded. It should be nice and neutral or nice and straight. And we'll hang out here. Again, taking those long, slow, deep breaths when needed. If you can go further, go further. Again, you should be able to control all of your breaths in this position. If you need to, relax, come back up, and repeat the process. You'll feel this stretch going down the spine. I feel this here in my glutes. Where else do I feel this? I don't know, you might feel it in other areas than I do. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. And the final full body stretch I have is the giant yoga ball stretch. So I have my feet placed about hip width apart, maybe shoulder width, depending on what's comfortable. Pretend I have a giant yoga ball over the top of my head. And I take that in about usually I do 2 giant circles going through my full range of motion around my body. So everything here is slow and controlled, down to your movement, down to your breathing. Allow yourself to just fold forward. Control on the way up. 2 circles in each direction. As I lean to the right, I feel the stretch going down the side of my torso. The lower I get, I start to feel it down my hip into my glutes, down to the hamstrings. As I fold forward, I'll turn to the side. My back is rounded here, so I do feel a little bit of stretch in my spinal erectors. And then as I come up, I again feel the stretch on the lateral side of my body, finishing at the top. Same thing, just going the opposite direction. Perfect, awesome job. Hopefully you enjoyed these few, but really awesome full body stretches. Thank you.